Alright, here we go. There's a little bit of noise here because I'm near a heat vent doing this quick demo. I'm going to launch Registax 6 and give a quick example using Saturn. Select Saturn. Show you a couple things, something I picked up recently, which is people probably known for a long time. There's a lot of guys that know a lot more than I do about Registax. So we sort by date, go backwards here. And I'm going to take this about 5 back, I believe this is it. One of these. Alright, we'll take the bright one. This one's rather bright, so let's see. I want this one. This is a 625 power to the C14 at the Lincoln Park Observatory. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the align points. This is only 400 frames captured. I'm just automatically clicking the set align point. Then I'm going to say align. It's pick 3 points. One's interestingly right there in the black area. I'll pick another one here just for the heck of it. Say align. It's going to do an alignment. Won't take too long. We're on a i7 quad core, so this is a pretty fast processor. Going to align those frames. My options are, it does geometric distortion calculations too. And we're almost done. This is the slowest part of the process for me now with this computer. I'm using 8 cores, as you can see. Okay, so now we're going to also, by the way, this mouse is going to jump around quite a bit because I'm recording the session. So this mouse right now is just sitting here at stack. Now we have limit. Now with my particular PC, I got to hit this button up here to move it down so I can actually select this best 40. Oh, it's already down there. It's already selected best 40 below here. Best 40 frames out of 400, which is what I want for my limit. So that's already selected. I'm going to hit limit. You can see this is the amount of movement that was in the different frames. The most extreme, you can see I have correct geometry, normalization of frame intensity. Something new I checked. Somebody else mentioned this on the web, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Now I'm going to say stack. It's going to stack 40 frames. Stacks them very quickly. There's my result, 40 frames. Now I'm going to go to Wavelet, and there are 4 settings that I use. The people use different settings, but I've been basically using 4 for quick processes. I obviously use the wavelet settings. I'm going to load a scheme. I already have one out here for Saturn medium. I call it Saturn medium for medium size. I'm going to load that wavelet scheme. It's going to do some processing. It's doing a Gaussian with only 2 filters, and also I can say RGB align. I just clicked this RGB align. Now a friend of mine, Greg, asked me about this RGB align. He said, how do you do the alignment of the color channels? And this is how you do it. You just click the RGB align. You want to draw a box around your planet, probably with a little bit of space around it, and then click estimate. I can put in the positions here, obviously, if I want these boxes, but I'm going to just let it figure it out. And it figured it out for me. It says -1 here, 2 and 2 here, -2 here. It's aligned it, so that will help. And now I'm going to also hit the other 2 things that I usually do is I hit the contrast a bit, bring it up a bit, to bring a better results, and maybe the brightness a little bit. But I want to bring I don't want to bring the brightness up where it gets too bright. The background, the black is too bright, so I just bring it up a little bit here. You can always make it brighter later. And I also go to gamma, bring gamma up a bit, up in some areas, down in some areas. Try to get some good views here. And I can also, so these are basically the settings I'm using: gamma, curves. I'm using RGB align, contrast, brightness, and wavelets, and that's it. I can go to other types of wavelets. Here you can see, but I'm using Gaussian right now. So here you can see the sharpening. Here you can see the effect. This is what's being decreased, increased, or decreased with the sample here when you click on this preview for your settings. And here you can see the initial layer is 1, so it's starting with the first layer and going on. Sometimes I've used other techniques, a little bit different setup for Mars, which is another video I can show later. So that's about it. I'm going to maybe adjust this a little more, try to get a little more intensity in the banding there. So See that? I can actually just do a lot of those adjustments later. When I'm done, but I'm going to make this a little brighter right now. Let's see what I can do here. Maybe brighten up the overall image a bit. It's really important in our processing later on. I found that up here you want to get some, if there's any detail up here, you want to brighten this up enough. So I'm going to say that's it for now. I'm going to go with that. Actually, if I want, I can load the, just for the heck of it, if I want to duplicate what I did before, I can load my Saturn gamma settings also. I'll save the gamma settings separately. Let's try that and just see what happens. See how much difference that is. It's going to load them differently. We'll see them change here. Maybe it was very close to this. Well, apparently the load maybe doesn't work unless you reset it first. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. This is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say do all, and it's done. And then save the image as a TIFF, and I'll call this Saturn for video. And we're done. And then I'll take this image, I'll play with it with neat image processing and be done, pretty much done with the image. So it's been saved and we're finished.